evening and welcome to Kiswate TV News Bulletin with me, Michelle Ouma.
And me, Rose Deborah Ojuok. In our headlines today, Loro Village brought to a standstill as we celebrated the graduation of Kiswate founder, Mr. Pius Odhiambo.
What next for Kiswate adopted schools?
And in our special features tonight, we delve deeper in Kiswate Digital Academy and also get in-depth insights of what it takes and feels like getting ahead of state commendation while still a student.
The digital age has transformed major sectors in the world, education being one of the major beneficiaries to it. Kiswate, through its newest program called Kiswate Digital Academy, seeks to network Kiswate adopted schools globally.
Kingsley Oluoko narrates how the ingenious program will take effect.
At the heart of Sia County, a groundbreaking initiative has emerged, offering a beacon of hope to vulnerable and less fortunate students. The Kiswahili Tekelezi Digital Academy, famously known as KDA, is a modern concept designed to empower learners in Kiswate adopted schools without overburdening parents. This vision, which started as a dream of Mr. Pius Odhiambo, has now become reality. Mr. Odhiambo, who has a rich background with the African Virtual University and experience as a teacher and currently a renowned data scientist in the United States of America, is the visionary behind the Kiswate Digital Academy. The Academy's objectives are to provide a digital platform for role professionals based outside the community to participate in the educational needs of children from their community.
St. Mary's Lukwala High School has been a member of Kiswate. We have had students being sponsored by Kiswate, and even currently we are having others on. The others we had in the last years, and they've already gone to various colleges. Last year, those who did exams are all going to be lost. So we hope to share more, to look for more support from Kiswate. And we will always try as much as possible to engage in the activities. Kiswate itself, the founder was once an alumni of this school. He was once a student here. And during the course of last year's lot, they were even taken for mentorship. Those sides will be good.
Kiswate sponsors students. And then Kiswate is encouraging Kiswahili. Our region is super in Kiswahili. So Kiswate basically was started because of the Kiswahili issue. Poor Kiswahili language in the region. Students fear Kiswahili. Students perform poorly in Kiswahili. Students don't speak proper Kiswahili. So, by Kiswate coming in to strengthen the speaking of Kiswahili, or proper Kiswahili or Kiswahili Sanifu, I would encourage my colleague principals to join Kiswate.
Kiswate supporters should work hard because the community is below at least not at it's below the level of the level of education in this whole area is very low, and therefore all supporters should support Bwana Odhiambo to make sure that education standards are achieved. This is the only thing, that's the only goal that we have in this area that can make our children achieve their success in future.
To foster positive interactions between local schools in the Digital Academy with schools in foreign countries, and to empower schools to share resources among the schools in the Digital Academy.
And mine is to maybe sensitize other principals on the importance of this Kiswate Foundation Academy, and to create awareness that this is a noble job that founder Chris has started, because it will reach down to members of the society and to promote education in this village.
And I want the students to embrace it, because many of our students are needy. They come from needy backgrounds. They are highly talented and they come from needy backgrounds. So for them to enhance that talent and maybe further their education also, if there is any scholarship program, we would be really happy to have the students join in. So we were given forms, the students are yet to fill and yet to benefit from this. So I'm sure when we have identified this, then the students will be very happy.
So for students who are under this scholarship, I would urge them to work hard because this is not an opportunity that is open to any other student. It is an opportunity that they should use well to work hard because they have no reason for failure to work hard because somebody else is paying for their education and therefore they should work hard. This is somebody's sweat or people's sweat elsewhere that is being used to assist them and therefore they should be valued for this money. And the only way they can give back is through hard work.
Kiswate sponsors students in Lifunga Girls. Last year it sponsored 2 students, Labino Gola and Monica Odero, and currently they are pursuing their courses at the Eldoret National Polytechnic.
Firstly, I want to thank the Kiswate team. They have been sponsoring some of our students here. Currently, we have 2 of our top girls, Michelle and Sharon, who sat KCSE in 2023 and are now working with the Kiswate team. I'm glad because they informed us that they are going to be taken to college, courtesy of Kiswate. That's a very good move. I would like to make an appeal to the Kiswate organization that Ndenga Secondary School is a big school and the catchment area is made up of very many vulnerable children. I would wish that the Kiswate team can increase their scholarship so that instead of having just 2 or 3, because currently we only have 3 in school, they can strive to increase the number from 3 maybe to a minimum of 10.
The challenges are many, but I'll restrict myself to just around 2 or 3. Number one, we are in a very dry area where water is a challenge. And we use a lot of money to pay for electricity bill because we can't produce electricity. That's the first challenge. So if we can get a solar powered water, we are long in saving the school processes. Number two, Nundu is in a community which is very well. Most parents are learning to fees. So most of our students are normally absent from school. Almost a day hardly passes where 10 or so students miss school. And this one, you see, learning is spiral, and you have to, whatever you was learned yesterday, you need to build on it today. And if you're going to absent yourself from school for 3 or 4 days, then you lose a lot. And this will contribute for performance in the education because they're not able to know what was being taught the other day because they come and not continue. So the challenge is how can we prevent this absenteeism. Number 3 is that these students, we know that I have students in uniform 1 now, those who do this, they still have uniform in primary school. That means the poverty index is so high. With the poverty index so high, even learning concentration span class will have failure.
The academy is aligning the names of the schools in the Digital Academy to the CBC curriculum. Membership to the academy is voluntary and is by invitation only. Schools in the academy include Luero Elementary and Junior Secondary School, St. Mary Zukwala Senior Secondary School, Uyundo Elementary and Junior Secondary School, St. Paul's Ndega Senior Secondary School, Lifunga Girls Senior Secondary School, Kagonya Senior Secondary School, St. Anne's Sega Girls Senior Secondary School, St. Anne's Sega Township Senior Secondary School, and St. Joseph Uyundo Senior Secondary School. An additional 6 schools are expected to join by January 1st, 2025. The Kiswate Digital Academy app will empower principals to identify, interview, and hire qualified teachers both locally and internationally at no cost. Rose Deborah Opio, a software engineer, is working alongside a notable contractor under the guidance of Mr. Pius Odhiambo to develop the KDA app. Each school in the academy will receive a website at no cost. For Kiswate News Bulletin, I'm Kingsley Oluoko.
Mr. Pius Odhiambo, the founder and vision bearer of Kiswate, rises above all odds to become one of the sought-after data scientists in the United States. He graduated with a Master of Science in Computer Science, Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning.
They say it's supposed to be hard. If it wasn't hard, everyone will do it. On 24th May 2024, the founder of Kiswate Foundation, Mr. Pius Odhiambo, graduated with a Masters of Science in Computer Science, Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning from Bowie State University from the states of Maryland, United States. He held his graduation party at his home in Ulanda Village, Siaya County. The ceremony was an exciting and wonderful marking event. The home was filled to capacity by many guests who came to celebrate the achievement of Mr. Pius Odhiambo. The ceremony was programmed by Mr. Mike Ahendera, who was the master of ceremony. Several Kiswate members like Mr. Odalo Fred and Mr. John Yuya also attended the event, making it successful. The event was later crowned by giving of gifts to the graduates' family. Reported by Dr. Lovely Natiang, Kiswate TV.
On June 1st, 2024, Kiswate held a strategic stakeholders meeting at Luero Primary School to concretize on developing issues as well as shed light on the foreseen future of the program activities.
Our very own Duncan Cheriot gives us the details.
At the beginning of the month of June 2024, Kiswate stakeholders held a meeting at Luero Primary School. The agendas of the meeting included Digital Academy Invention, Scholarship Initiative and Adoption of Schools, which included St. Joseph's Otiel, St. Joseph's Oyundo, and St. Peter's Lore. Scholarships were given to fund a group of vulnerable students' education, as the initial aim of Kiswate provided. Lunch program was also introduced for the adopted schools. Present at the meeting were Principal of St. Mary's Ukwala, the beneficiary of Kiswate Initiative, Mr. George Nyango, who recognized Kiswate for the unlimited scholarships and opportunities given to the needy students. The CEO of Kiswate, Mr. John Yuya, who requested for well-wishers to help out in sponsoring more students to achieve their dreams and goals. Other stakeholders were also present. Duncan Cheriot for Kiswate News.
Kiswate founder is establishing a mega project as his retirement home, as well as the headquarters of Kiswate, where all the operations will be taking place.
Our reporter Michael Mutuma with the details.
Kiswate Villa, a retirement home for Pius Odhiambo and his family, will be built in Western Kenya, North Ugenya. It was proposed by the founder of Kiswate, Pius Odhiambo, in which it will be called Calverton Villa, named after the city which welcomed him and his family to the United States. The contract was signed on the 26th of March 2024 to Mosda Engineering and Construction Limited, owned by Engineer Dan Moseti. According to Engineer Dan Moseti, the land will be divided into 2 portions, where the villa will be constructed on the upper portion. The servant quarters was to be constructed on the lower plot, but was moved to the main compound. The gates will be combined to make it one large gate for the 2 plots. According to Engineer Dan Moseti, there will be ample parking on both plots, lavatories for gents and ladies that will be able to accommodate a lot of people, especially when there will be functions and events. There will also be a fireplace where people can relax in the evening and where they can hold meetings and discussions. There will be presence of a biodigester that will be processing waste coming from the houses, hence creating bioenergy. A borehole will be dug to ensure stable supply of water in the villa, and a security office will be constructed at the gate for any identification processes. There will be public televisions in various points that will be of great importance during big events and functions. There will also be an outside kitchen and open shower that may be used maybe after exercises. There will be the ground first and second floors. The ground floor will mostly hold a large hall for conferences and meetings, while the first floor will hold bedrooms, a kitchen, balcony, lounge area, family space, and a studio. On the second floor, there will be a helipad and open space to where natural light from the sun will illuminate the house, hence ensuring enough light. For Kiswate News Bulletin, I'm Michael Mutuma.
Glimpse of hope dawns to the faces of the Kiswate scholars that were supported to join college.
Our senior reporter James Odur visited them at the Eldoret National Polytechnic and compiled the following report.
On Monday morning, a team of Kiswate members took a ride to go and visit the students who were admitted at the Eldoret National Polytechnic. The adapted students were only 3 who were able to join the institute with the help of Kiswate.
I'm Lavina Chia. Currently, I'm a student pursuing diploma in Science Laboratory Technician Level 6 at the Eldoret National Polytechnic.
Lavin, Esbon and Monica each expressed their challenge during their day-to-day schooling. The main challenge is that of them not having a national ID, which made it impossible in applying for help loan.
I was not able to apply for help since I didn't have my ID. Not having an ID as a student is really challenging because so far I've missed the help and I don't have my KRA PIN yet. So it's challenging.
Okay. And are there any challenges that you are facing here as a student?
So far, there are not many, but as per now, I have a problem with my online classes because I don't have a smartphone to access the online classes.
Despite the challenge that they're having with the government funding, they still were smiling face to thank Kiswate for the support it has accorded them.
I managed to reach in this school from the help of the Kiswate scholars through Mr. Pius Odhiambo, who managed to bring us to Eldoret National Polytechnic so that we can continue with our education.
Are still working tirelessly to make their stay in school enjoyable. Being the first cohort to transit to the TVET level, they were moved to send a message to the students who have lost hope in enrolling for higher education due to their KCSE grades.
To my former students, not former students, the current students at my former school, I would like to encourage them to work hard for university levels. So in case you fail that university grade, just go for TVET course because Form 4 is not the end of education.
For Kiswate News Bulletin, I am CPA James Oduor.
And in our special feature tonight, our CEO, Mr. John Yuya, will be sharing his experience on how Kiswate will help empower education in Kiswate adopted schools.
In the spirit of Malcolm X's powerful words, education is a passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. Our special report explores Kiswate, an inspiring education initiative making a significant impact in Kenya. We explore how Kiswate is making a significant impact by improving Kiswahili literacy and supporting vulnerable students on their educational journey from secondary school to higher education with vital mentorship along the way. We spoke to Mr. John Yuya, the CEO of Kiswate, to learn more about the organization's mission and achievements.
Thank you very much. My name is John Yuya, the CEO of Kiswate. Kiswate in full is Kiswahili Tekelezi. And the founder and the vision bearer is Mr. Pius Odhiambo, who is based in Washington, D.C. The idea was to help our adopted schools improve their performance in Kiswahili, and not only that, but also to sponsor vulnerable students to secondary schools. And this sponsorship was partial, not complete. We would pay part of the fees, and part of the fees would be paid by the parents. That was the idea, so that nobody is left behind. And everybody would be given a chance to go to school and learn Kiswahili and also be assisted financially. Yeah, Kiswate started way back in 2021, and the first cohort is now out of secondary schools. And what we do after secondary school, they are given something to do, some kind of internship as they wait to go to transit to college and universities. And when they transit to universities and colleges, they are also given some assistance by your pocket money and maintenance while they're in those institutions. And again, when they are on holidays, they are also encouraged to come back and work for Kiswate in the Kiswate initiated programs. This initiative, we are inviting well-wishers to come in and help, because so far is Pius Odhiambo who is doing it single-handedly, and we see there is a shortage of resources. We don't have enough funds to take care of our students in secondary schools, leave alone those who have transited to colleges. So we are welcoming anybody who can come in for assistance.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
so much.
Indeed, Kiswate is making a profound difference in the lives of many students, ensuring they have access to education and opportunities for a brighter future. If you would like to support Kiswate's mission, please visit our website www.kiswate.org for more information on how you can contribute. From Kiswate TV, this is Rosdebra Opio.
How cool does it feel when the Commander-in-Chief acknowledges your efforts in your early years in college and goes forth to award you with the Head of State Commendation? Well, one Dr. Fred Nundu accomplished just that. Join me as I have a chat with Daktari HSC, or is it HSC Daktari?
Okay, thank you very much for hosting me, Michelle. It's a privilege to be with you. My name's Frederick Kotieno Nundu. I'm a student taking a course in Bachelor's of Medicine and Bachelor's of Surgery at Kenyatta University. I'm a final year student. I'm in my 6th year. I'm just waiting to do my final exam, and then I graduate, hopefully at the end of the year. More so, I am an innovator. I've been involved in the historical innovation of the first African-made mechanical ventilator to support or to assist patients who needed ventilation or mechanical ventilators during the COVID-19 era. Personally, I'm a researcher. I've been involved in research as part of my input as a medical student, but also as a future practitioner, not just to rely on what has already been researched, but to continue improving in the services that are being provided in the medical field. Above all, I'm a student leader. I'm involved in advocacy, and I'm a student mentor, and I've been involved in different areas that we might get another opportunity someday to talk about. I went through primary school. When I passed my primary school, I went to the high school, where in high school we inculcate the real discipline that is needed to achieve high grades, or the grades that are required to pass. And then I got an opportunity later. Despite the many challenges that I experienced in life, I managed to get opportunity to later join Kenyatta University, where I've been studying medicine and surgery. The career of medicine, I've always felt like a doctor from the time I was born. And the dream to be a medical doctor started when I was just a small child. I lost my mother when I was still in primary school. And when she fell ill, I used to get from school and go to see her in hospital, somewhere in St. Mary's Hospital in Mumias. And mom had a chronic illness that was going on. By that time, I never knew that it was a chronic illness, but I just knew that mom was sick several times. And she was diagnosed with low blood levels, what you call anemia, and diarrhea. And she used to go to hospital, she gets transfused and just being given the drugs to supplement her blood. And sometimes she used to get transfusion. She lost weight with time, and later on she dies from complications of this anemia plus diarrhea. And it was unfortunate because at that level when you are left, because my dad had died earlier, so I was only left with my mother. And when your mother leaves you in primary school at that tender age, then it becomes a difficult time in your life. But something that really engraved and was left in my mind was the suffering that she went through, that somebody did not try and discover or find out why she was suffering from loss of blood, and they just used to manage it in a general way, giving her the supplements. Perhaps it was because of low medical services that were being provided, because of the scope. So I saw that in the future, if I get a chance to go to school and if I could study medicine and become a doctor, I'll provide the highest level of care so that children don't lose their parents at tender age, so that the parents out there can receive quality care, doctors who can get down to the root of the problem that they have and assist all children's parents so that they can enjoy life as children and grow up and achieve their dreams. Has always been my motto, and that's what I want to do. In medical school, when I got the chance, like any other person, you become really happy that you're going to pursue your dreams and to become the doctor that I wanted to be. And of course, in the back of your mind, you've already been motivated and you're told to expect the worst, because medical school generally, we all know, is really tedious and it's demanding, but it's also fulfilling. So I got problems with the payment of school fees. Given the short background that I've given you, it was not going to be easy. Even money for upkeep and even the paying for the school fees itself was going to be a chronic problem. And in the course of the process of becoming a medical doctor up to reach this level, at some point I dropped out of school, but I still am grateful that I came back. And I'm in line to achieve this dream. Typically, how my day is, I am an early bird. I wake up at 5 a.m. At 5 a.m. I'm out, then I go out there, I take a shower, I prepare, I take something for breakfast, so that by 5:30, I'm already done in preparation. So I sit at my table and I study for 1 hour until 6. Every day, it's my routine. And then from 6:30, I use that 30 minutes to go to class and settle and wait for the lectures to start. So that is in a typical day. But again, at the level that I am, from 4th year up to the 6th year, actually from 3rd year to the 6th year, that is 3rd year, 4th year, 5th year, and 6th year, those are clinical rotation years. And for those ones, we go to hospital because it involves bedside study. So we have to take a bus to a referral hospital in Kiambu, where we are doing the practical work. So there are generally typical days. You go and you clerk the patients, you examine them, and then you also check what the intern doctors have already done, and you work alongside them to take samples to the lab and helping them in preparing treatment plans. And when the consultant doctors and lecturers come in, then we go together and each one of us presents their cases to the doctors. You are corrected, and we keep learning from that. Those are through all the disciplines, be it medicine, surgery, obstetrics and gynecology, and in pediatrics, and all of them. Then in the afternoon, we can come back to class for afternoon sessions, which can run up to 6 p.m. And then another session can start from that 6 p.m. Sometimes it goes up to 9 p.m. But those ones are usually run online. So the physical classes can run up to 6 p.m. Then we go and prepare, and then we take another session, maybe from 7 to 9 p.m. for another 2 hours. That's typically my day. Then I sleep by 10. The fact that I've reached this far is a big achievement, and I must, first of all, before I talk about them, be grateful to God and to all the support that I've gotten from the families and the adopted families, the friends that became families, and anybody who contributed towards this. So the fact that I was left at a tender age and I still went to class and passed primary school is a big achievement, because without that, then I wouldn't have gone to high school. And the fact that I also went to high school and I got support, the principal organized for a way in which I was going to be paid for school fees. And the fact that I went all through until I finished Form 4 and passed, that's another heavy, heavy achievement. And getting the chance to do medicine and surgery, the whole world, we know that getting medicine and surgery is one of the most difficult opportunities, most of the few opportunities that people get. So it's a privilege, and I'm really grateful to have been selected to do medicine and surgery. So that's another very huge, huge achievement. And another thing that is really a hallmark in my life is when I came to university, despite the challenges that I had, the coming of COVID-19 and getting involved in the manufacture of the first mechanical ventilator, not getting the award first, but the fact that I was involved, I came up with this idea that we can make a ventilator amongst ourselves and ventilate our own patients. It was ringing well with the plan that I actually had, that I want to change medical, the medical aspects in terms of how we view life and how we support human beings to give them quality. So this project or this discovery or this innovation to make the medical ventilator that we called it TIBA ventilator, we made it with a group of students in KU, in Kenyatta University, about 16 students there, all of us. And it got recognition. We got recognition from the president himself, who awarded me the title of Head of State Commendation for the work that I did. And that one is a big achievement. Later on, the United Nations awarded me with the Person of the Year, United Nations, the year 2020, 2021. And that is one of also the biggest achievement that I had. During 2021, I also became the ambassador to the United Nations in Health Prize. And that's another achievement that I got. And beyond that, I could not look back. I managed to get training in research, to be professionally involved in research. And I got a certification through the University of Nairobi in safe practice. And I did my research in Thika Level 5 Hospital, Referral Hospital. And the research found out things that were not being, the services were not being delivered according to WHO standards. And maybe I can just brief you on what it was about. It was the title itself was assessment of the provision of assessment in the provision of medical care, actually psychological, even to post-abortion women. And we found out that the standards of care that are supposed to be given according to WHO standards were not being followed. Either the mothers were not being treated with respect, they were not being debriefed, consent was not being gotten, and even the management in terms of pain medication and psychological support in terms of the counseling that they need throughout, instead of judging them, was not being followed. And we came up with this. We wrote a recommendation or a report to the hospital, and we presented to them, and they agreed that they are going to actually to improve in the way in which they are providing the services. So this one still echoes on what I already envisioned earlier, that you want, my vision is to have people get the highest standard of quality care, not just care, but quality care, irrespective of their backgrounds or irrespective of how they look or irrespective of the whatever illness they are getting. So those are one of the main highlights. And finally, there's one that is coming. I'm going to graduate as a medical doctor, and we are all invited. Yeah. So in 2020, when we was finishing up with our ventilator, I managed to see a post where the owner of Kiswate, that is the vision holder, Mr. Pius, wanted students who can help empower students, other students from less privileged communities. And I got this just through social media, and I wrote a mail. I wrote an email to him, which he responded and gave me his number. And from there we did a Zoom. It was during the time that Zoom came in, and we did a Zoom online, and we had a lengthy talk. And he shared to me his vision of what he was actually doing as a Kiswate, the organization. And he was also impressed with what I was doing. So I went ahead. They had a conference in the United States. We went through. I also got an opportunity to present my ventilator there in that conference, and it was aired the world over. It was during that period I was also doing the International Engineering Conference. I was also presenting my project. It was being hosted in Italy, but it was virtual also because it was during the COVID period. So after that, we talked, and I helped him to recruit a few members who are going to help in the empowerment of students from schools, in high schools and primary schools, just to talk to them and find out what problems they are going through and find out a way in which they are going to be empowered. So me having come from a difficult background like that, I recognized with this, and the vision of empowering was also resonating well with my vision of also empowering others through information, through what even we are doing here as Health Corner, and generally to empower people. So I really loved this, and I went in, I talked with the professor, I talked well with Dr. Pius, and we came in together. Later on, Dr. Pius came in and helped me also with the problem that I had in terms of school fees, because I was getting problems with school fees too. And then he empowered me through giving me some jobs, editing and doing some work online. And every work I did, he gave me something to use, so I could pay my rent, I could buy clothes, I could at least be settled in mind so that I could study well. And through that also we recruited other students who were also getting empowered through these small jobs that they was giving to us. So that's how I came into as a beneficiary of Kiswate itself, and also as amongst the earlier members who were recruited by Kiswate. The vision of Kiswate mainly is to empower, and to empower mostly the less privileged. And this one makes me happy because I look back and I always look at that small boy in the village, that girl in the village who has done primary school, has done high school and cannot go to university. And if I can help them with information, to give them my story, if it can empower them, it can give them the fire to continue burning so that they follow their dreams. That one is going to help Kiswate, because that's what Kiswate is about, and that's what I'm also about. That is my vision, to empower. I also resonate well with Kiswate because we do Health Corner that we're going to be airing as part of this television podcast, as part of still empowering people in the society so that they are aware of the dangers that surround them, the sicknesses, so that they can prevent them. This empowerment is resonating well with the vision of Kiswate. So we are going to do more and more things to bring up people from down there, from the grassroots, and we're going to work together as a team. We go to schools to talk to students, to give them hope, and to help them fight and just achieve their dreams.
How sweet does it get when it comes to the street foods of your locality? We take you from the streets of Nairobi, Kenya, all the way to China as we sample some of the famous dishes. Terence Odandi gives us a virtual bite of the Chinese street food.
In our street food expedition, Mohammed and I explore some of the most common delicacies in China. This is Beijing, the capital city of China, located in the northern part of the country with a population of around 15 million people coming from all walks of life around the world. Different people come here for various reasons, but their appetite will never miss to have a bite of the famous Chinese street food and cuisine. One of the famous food is the Beijing duck that is common in most parts of the city and also known as the people's favorite.
See here, we have some chicken and some traditional Chinese food, and here you can see we have some pork, some fish, even duck. Because duck is really famous in Beijing.
Other foods are lamb barbecue, fried rice, seafoods, and pastries such as mistrals with various meats inside. And just like the famous Kenyan mutura, Chinese street food tastes even better in the evening. The street food is somewhat cheaper compared to our local delicacies. The people's favorite ranges from around 10 yuan, which is an equivalent of 200 Kenya shillings and mostly consumed by everyone. The payment system here is seamless, as you can pay digitally through scanning QR codes or paying through cash. As a student here, my favorite street food dish has been the roasted chicken barbecue, since they prepare it deliciously with different spices. I look forward to have a taste of the Kenyan cuisine. Please recommend some of your favorite spots and delicacies. For Kiswate News Bulletin, I am Terence Otieno.
Many thanks for joining us till the end of our bulletin. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share this content. We appreciate the support.
Until next time, we've been your host, Michelle Ouma.
And me, Rosdebra Ojuok.